5 deuce.
Another second serve chance for Pete Sampras.
He's edging in, too. Just out.
Overruling Violette.
Oh, that appeared to be out. It's at our end of the court.
That's a very surprising overrule by
I should say it is.
That was not clearly in by any means. And Jim Courier upset at that.
At 4-5 deuce, what a time to overrule. Some players would go ballistic.
No one I know. Looked to be clearly outside the line there. Jim Courier to try to take his time here, regroup. Surprising overrule there by the umpire. Too close to overrule.
First serve.
This could be a real turning point in this match. Change the word a little bit.
Right.
Same end result.
So instead of having a game point, now it's Sampras. Another second serve for a 2-set lead. That was the first break point of the entire match. 2 full sets, and it went for a set point. Courier with a big forehand.
And look what happens to Pete Sampras here. Falls down, has to dive for that.
So Courier still angry at the Sultan, Ganji, Dr. Ganji. And can't get away with too much more of that, or we might hear a penalty. And the pass. Well, it's to his credit that under these circumstances, he's still able to raise his game.
That's on to Courier. Dixie kept his composure very well. He'll get away with those things all day. He wasn't saying anything obscene. And a beautiful cross-court pass and a big, big point for Jim Courier. Be a monumental task for him to come back to 2 sets down against Pete Sampras.
So Jim Courier turns up the burners. 5-all. Thanks for Pete Sampras. Let's pause for these words from your local state. Point from a tiebreaker. First set tiebreaker went to Sampras. He took the first point on Courier's serve and went on to win it 7 points to 3.
Sure, he's disappointed that he didn't even get that block for him and turn back in play. 40-30 Courier.
Ooh, what a return.
I'm sure he figured, why didn't he do that the last point? Now a decision time for Pete Sampras. If Jim Courier goes to his forehand again, should he take a full swing like this point, or should he just try to block it back and get it into play?
Beautiful.
If Jim Courier knows Pete Sampras' game well enough to know to hit a second serve to the back, and most of the time he does not come in off that, doesn't feel comfortable. Great recovery there on that forehand. Surprised Jim Courier, who missed it wide for set point number 2.
A pressure point. I thought that was going out. Point of the match. He hadn't tried that shot all day.
Here's where Pete Sampras took control of the point. Totally mishit that ball there. Gave Jim Courier another chance. Courier tried to hit the top spin offensive lob over his head. But here's another one. This was the surprise.
That one he had used all day off the 2 hands.
Oh, what a shot.
Wipe away set point. after that last point, Sampras for the second time squatting as if his legs were tightening up a bit, taking a little breather. Could that be a sign?
Well, he's certainly tightening up mentally, Dick. He's had 2 set points now in this set. Some good chances here. Hasn't been able to capitalize.
He was in control of it, too.
It was that forehand misses that cost him that set.
Another tiebreaker.
You just feel the momentum swing just that little bit. Jim Courier taking full advantage. Pete Sampras tentative again off that backhand return. Tiebreak number 2.
Never been successive tiebreakers to open a Wimbledon final.
Is that?
1-0 Sampras.
But one thing that Pete Sampras isn't too comfortable doing is coming right in off the return on the backhand side. It would be a good idea if he could try to do that, however. Because of the way he takes the racket back, his elbow gets a little bit too far in front of him. He has trouble slicing that ball unless he has time like we see in the backcourt. It'll be interesting to see what happens these next 2 points.
That acute angle that Courier gets off the two-handed backhand wing.
Like I said before, he likes to jump to his left. He was going to try to run around that backhand and hit it for him. He couldn't do it, but he held the ball so beautifully. He caught Pete Sampras flat-footed. Beautiful preparation in that baseball-like swing.
Line drive to right.
Reminds me a lot of Rod Carew, that great Minnesota Twin.
And California Angels.
Sampras. That is one of the great strokes in the game, that forehand cross court.
Well, as I said before, he loves to set you up with that shot, and then he takes full advantage of it. He's got that additional little hook he's got onto it, giving him a little bit more topspin if he needs to play a little bit safer. Looked to me like it took a bit of a bad bounce there. Jim Courier missed it at 2-1 Pete Sampras, a mini break.
And how does Courier find a way to get the break back, the way Sampras has been serving? Show you how important first serve is, John. He's 17 for 17 first serve points. Here's a second. And he gets 14th of the match for Sampras.
Jim Courier better start hoping for some double faults. The double fault epidemic that we've talked about with Becker, Edberg, but not here. Pete Sampras is serving beautifully the first 2 sets.
He's had 2 second ball aces.
The backhand, a short ball on the second serve. It's back on serve.
So basically, Jim Courier is forced to guessing a little bit. Fortunately, he gets a good swing of that backhand, steps in beautifully, and takes full advantage of it. Obviously needs to take advantage of every little chance he has.
Took that racket right from his side. Didn't even take it back, did he?
Nice.
James ends at 3-all.
3-all.
Pete Sampras was playing awfully close to the baseline those last couple of shots. Jim Courier handled it very well.
Yeah, that's where you're going to get some tough bounces.
Surprised Pete Sampras there, going down the line. Pete wasn't able to even get the ball back in play.
So a few more points to decide who wins this second set, with Sampras already up a set, 7 points to 3 in the tiebreaker in the first. And a championship well riding on the strokes we're about to see.
Sampras appears to be a little bit tighter right now, Dick. A little bit more bounce in Jim Courier's leg. Could make the difference in this second set tiebreak.
4-3
Courier battling to get even, 1 set all, and Sampras just a point or 2 away from a 2-set lead. Aces, 14-2 favor Sampras today. That's his tournament average, 14, so he is hot.
Now a little more pressure on him.
Looks like Pete's feeling the pressure for the first time here. Struggled the last couple points. Slowed up in his movement just a little bit.
It's good.
Well, this is an important point for Pete Sampras. Jim Courier mishit that return. Pete gave him another chance, so not only did he guess right, but he had to hit that ball just inside the line with a beautiful cross-court angle. Not an easy shot to hit at all.
Nice.
Another second serve at 4-all. Now the pressure shifts to Courier.
Pete Sampras should try to make sure he has his feet moving and see if he can get the net. Put some pressure on Jim Courier. Get that beautiful slice approach. You can use that either cross-court down the line or try to take a good swing at that forehand and come in. 4-5.
Oh, did he get a good swing at that? 5-all.
Well, he certainly went for it.
And he should go for it at this stage.
I don't know if it's necessary to go for an outright winner from that position.
He hit it confidently.
Very risky shot.
Jim Courier shouts, "Come on," as he now leads 6 points to 5. Set point number 1 for Courier.
Well, certainly Jim Courier hasn't been too successful off his second serve in this match, but he'd love to get a second serve opportunity here.
Nice. He has it.
It's good. Oh, my, right in the corner. Game ends after every 6 points in the tiebreaker.
A little bit tight here on this volley by Pete Sampras. Just gets it inside the line. If you saw Jim Courier, he was shaking his hand like Pete was choking that volley. Watch this. Stay with this a couple seconds. He shakes his head, and then he starts giving a little bit of the choke sign. But it's still 6-all.
Doing his own instant replay, Courier.
That was an example of a set.
Nice.
That's it.
From now on, every other point is set point for one man or the other.
Well, this is what Jimmy Van Allen had in mind. 7-6. Pete Sampras showing some intensity there.
That's about as animated as you're going to get from Sampras. That's the only thing that makes him different from the The silent Swede Bjorn Borg, the taciturn champion of 5 straight Wimbledons. Sampras, the same demeanor, shows so little. Set point number 3 for Sampras.
Whoop. There's that running forehand. Pete Sampras leads 2 sets to love. In a baseline rally, and then found this shot that Courier couldn't handle. And look at Sampras. He leads 2 sets to love for the championship.
This is where not being a natural volleyer hurt Jim Courier. He was a little bit hesitant to get the net. Pete Sampras 1 set from his first Wimbledon title.
And Courier yet to be championship. No hint of that bothering him.
Well, I guess that's the good news. The bad news is his stomach's starting to bother him.
Boy, that forehand. The shot that won the second set.
Normally like to hit this with some topspin, but this was just a flat screamer. Also likes the inside-out forehand, but watch this forehand.
Oh, what a follow through. Look at that racket way up over the head. Stylish. So, bad bounce off the baseline. Courier holds on serve. 4-3 in the third. Sampras leads 2 sets to love.
Courier leads 4 games.
By Sampras, uncharacteristic for him, and a chance for Courier to take a 5-3 lead.
And so it is, and the fans are rooting for Courier to take it another set.
No question who's got the momentum now. Jim Courier gaining confidence with each game. Pete looked very passive there, just too early, left the court wide open for the down-the-line pass.
We'll be back with a 4th set. 16-2. Jim Courier with an ace at set point. His 7th. 1 down, he says. Meanwhile, eyes on Sampras to see how he's going to lead in this 4th set. One big forehand answers the other.
Well, clearly just trying to get the ball in play with Pete Sampras. But that's not where you want to leave the ball for Jim Courier. Gives him too many options. He's too strong.
Well, you see that ball take a terrible hop to the left.
Pete normally likes that shot, but he's not moving as well as he was the first 2 sets. So it's not as easy for him now to hit that forehand cross-court winner.
A huge point won by Sampras. He has the lead.
This is a very unusual grass court point, Dick. Pete Sampras hitting that big forehand. This is a forehand he had break point or set point on in the previous set. He wasn't able to take advantage there. He hit it beautifully. No chance for Jim Courier.
Sampras throughout the rally was so deep, penetrating the baseline at Courier's end, and finally takes him down, and with it a 4-2 advantage in the fourth. 2 games from the championship, Sampras. Yeah, the only time he was broken, a couple of shots into the net, easy shots, and a double fault. Well, he had quit on that point, and it cost him 40-15.
You said it, Dick. He quit on this point. If he had been there a little bit earlier, he would have had a better play on this. He was ready to give this up. Suddenly realized he had another shot at it. Tried to hit it around the net. Just missed it long. Still up 40-15, however.
A little be curious in the post-match interviews to find out just what did bother him starting in the third set.
Well, if he wins these next couple games, I'm sure he'll say everything was just fine.
6 double faults. So from 40-love to 40-30.
In my opinion, it's just the tension of the moment. He's feeling in his stomach, getting some butterflies in there. He realizes how close this is, as well as the heat, as you pointed out. Suddenly loosened up here from 40-love, though. Second serve at 40-30.
Great idea. He had him on the net, but misses wide, and Sampras is a service game away from victory.
Now, he proved me all wrong here on this point. Great effort by Pete Sampras. Hit that high backhand return so well. He whipped at this forehand. Jim Courier with a nice pass down the line, and a good job by Pete Sampras to take it to 30 all.
Shot of the match.
Totally off the backhand side. 40-30 Courier.
Courier holds. And now, in the fourth set on the 4th of July, Pete Sampras serves for the championship.
Sampras leads 5-3, fourth set.
Jim Courier certainly doing the right thing, bouncing around in the backcourt. Pete Sampras is struggling.
And new balls for Sampras, so that part works out perfectly for him.
Great play here by both players. That nice serve out wide. Good recovery here by Pete Sampras right inside the line. Look at Jim Courier get over there, cross court. Pete does a drop shot that. Watch this stuff.
How did Courier get to a couple of those?
Gentlemen, quietly.
Oh, my.
Look at Jim Courier's effort here.
Like a linebacker going after a halfback trying to circle in. 10 steps.
Pete Sampras' effort, not too bad either.
15 all.
Well, Jim Courier has seen this before. Semifinals of the U.S. Open, the same thing happened.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Quiet, please.
Courier postpones the ultimate party. One more shot.
Try to go out wide on Jim Courier's forehand. Jim Courier's expecting it. Still match point.
An exhausting final of nearly 3 hours, and Pete Sampras, Jim Courier, two buddies as kids who dreamed of this moment. And the 21-year-old Sampras has a Wimbledon championship. 7-6, 7-6, 3-6, 6-3. One wonders, had it gone to a fifth set if Sampras had anything left.
Well, Dick, we'll never know. Give credit to Pete Sampras for a tremendous tournament. Jim Courier as well. Amazing effort to get to the final.
They'll stay on court, and Courier learning from Agassi last year. Andre Agassi, when he won, forgot to take off his ball cap during the ceremony and the presentation by royalty. So he quickly off that cap. He said it would either go into his bag.
Big serve of Pete Sampras. Jim Courier, nothing he could do. A huge sigh of relief for Pete Sampras. Overcome with joy.
He lost only 28 points the whole four-set match on his serve, and the only time he was broken was on a double fault. So it was his serve that brought his camp, Gullickson, girlfriend
Ivan Blumberg, and Elena Mulcahy, excuse me. What a great moment for Pete Sampras.
And now the tea table covered with the British flag, the Union Jack. It's the only of the 4 Grand Slam championships where the trophy is gold, the others are silver. The Duke of Kent. Well, you've been out there 3 times as a winner, twice as a runner-up. You remember anything that was said to you? Anything come to mind?
Really, I don't remember anything, Dick. You're so caught up in the moment. You're so overjoyed if you win, so disappointed.
Champion Pete Sampras learned his tennis in Southern California. Princess Diana leading the applause. And one must wonder how many more times with a career, a great career ahead. Already the champion, how many more times might we see this scene?
Dick, I have a feeling we might be seeing this 2 more times. No stomach cramps now for Pete Sampras. I'm not sure if Elena's holding the ball that won the match there, but we've been informed by our producer, Terry O'Neill, that it's a lucky tennis ball. So hold on to that one for a while.
Mills will also be. There's the eye contact between the 2 young lovers. We've seen so much out of that friendship box, the friends box, and we'll share some of that with you later in our coverage. Boy, the heartbeats up there are perhaps even stronger than those on court. Alan Mills, who through the years has just done a superb job. It's just, you know, at Wimbledon, some championships are rock concerts. This one is a symphony. I guess at this point they're asking you for any angle, a different look of you holding the trophy. Do you think back on it?
That's the happiest part, when you get to kiss the trophy. You do anything they ask at that point. Run around the court, walk around it, put it on your head, on your shoulders, kiss it.
Don't drop it.
Don't drop it, that's right. The winners get a replica of this, a smaller one. They don't get to keep that beautiful big one.
Do you have your 3 displayed in any prominence?
Actually, my parents haven't yet. It may be about time for me to get them back. So the same thing in the French Open final. We went and picked up Sergi Bergera after he had fallen with joy. Now Pete Sampras taking his walk around the court.
Is it heavy, the trophy?
Weighs about as much as a feather right now, Dick.
I guess. And as they turn the corner, if they can stand the shock of our colleague's hands, Bud Collins awaits.
You know, the first 2 sets were pretty physically demanding, and it was the hottest day of the tournament, I believe. And I just got a little bit down on myself, and always getting a bit. It was hot today, and I was a bit tired, but you know, managed to win the right point that I had to in the 4th set, and saved it out. But You know, this is a long time dream for me to win this event, and you know, I'm speechless. You know, I never thought it would happen. You know, I changed my game when I was 14 to one day win this tournament, and